Hi everyone. So I'm just going over the week 4 work for this week, so week 4 PE. So after clicking on week 4 over here, you'll find that we are learning about biomechanics this week, and will be over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, so this is a new topic that's come into the study design for PE, so it's the first time for all of us learning this in PE. So I really stress that, as you do with every week, take your time to go through all the content, especially online and in your textbook. So a summary of the tasks that you'll need to complete this week: read, listen and watch all the learning materials online. So if we go through some of them here, okay, they include these small videos, the recordings, okay, some of these YouTube videos with important readings. Make sure you take the time to go through each of these slides. There are a number of terms that you'll learn about, okay, to do with biomechanics. It's just friction, momentum, and impulse. Keep watching the videos. Then you get to the end and making sure that, so after reading, listening and watching all the online materials, also completing the chapter checkup questions in your textbook, so on page 46 and the ones on page 52 as well. Now, it's also important to complete the training questions 9, 10, 11 on page 24 of your peak performance workbook. Now, what we've seen in the past few weeks with the questions that you're completing in your textbook and your workbook is that some of you are completing the questions but not correcting your own work. Okay, so not using the back of the textbook to find out where you went wrong or where you can improve on. Now, this is very important. So once you've completed the questions, have a look at the back of the book and make sure that you're marking your own work. Otherwise, we'll just send you an email and make you do it. Okay, and then at the end, making sure that you complete the week 4 quiz. So this is to further apply your understanding of the content. Now, if we scroll down, oops, I forgot one other thing. So you should have also submitted the week 4 summary notes, which I can see that a lot of you are doing. So after you click on these notes, so you click on this link here, it should give you a template of what to include in your notes, or what you might like to include. So it helps you get started there. Now, if we click on the practical activity, okay, I'll just open this up for you all so we can have a look at. Here we are. Okay, so this week's practical activity is to do with momentum, okay, which you'll learn about in the online material as well as the readings in your textbook. So question 1, perform a standing long jump and a long jump with a measured run-up. For example, for each, measure the distance travelled. So a standing long jump without moving and jumping, and a long jump with a measured run-up. So one while you're stationary and another one with a measured run-up. And measure the distance travelled for each. So you might need somebody else to help you out with this, to measure your distance. And then 1B, explain the reasons for the different distances. So, for example, why did you find that you jumped further in the measured run-up compared to when you had no run-up and it was just a standing long jump? So try to provide some detail here and a explanation as to why you think that happened. So I'd use the amount of space that's given here. Okay, it can be a guide as to how much you should include in your response. Question 2. run a 5-meter sprint at less than your best pace, pulling up as quickly at the finish line as possible. You then have to repeat this, but this time run at your top speed. So, running a 5-meter sprint at, it could be 70 to 80% of your pace, and then pulling up as quickly as you can at the finish line. So really trying to stop once you get to the finish line, and then doing this at your top speed. So trying to stop the finish line at your top speed. You then have to compare your ability to stop in both cases. So how did you find that you stopped when you're at your less than your best pace, so at 70 or 80%, compared to when you're at your top speed, running the 5-meter sprint? Finally, you then have to suggest reasons for the differences based on your understanding of momentum. So based on your reading and learning the term momentum, the concept of momentum, why do you think that there were differences in the two? So your ability to stop. And I want you to try and use the term momentum in your response. This will show that you're using the terminology within your answer. Okay, and once you've done that, make sure that you submit that through. One other thing is that I know that a lot of you are having trouble submitting your work. I know that some of my students are. So as soon as we'll just go back into week 4. So as you get to this page, once you can, one way of doing it is by clicking through the slides, okay? And when you get to the end, just quickly do this here. When you get to the end, you just click on week 4 submit over here. Or if we go back to week 4, you can just click on submit your work on the top left of your screen. So just under the table of contents, if we click on there, it'll take you to this page, then click on week 4 submit, and then you should be able to submit through this page. Okay, if you've got any questions, make sure you let your teachers know. Bye.